Hey guys, before this video begins, I wanted to give you all a quick little thing. So right as I was working on this video, SAG-AFTRA initiated a strike. The video game voice actors and mocap actors are going on strike against different companies for more protections, more benefits, and most importantly, against AI, with AI becoming a bigger part of our today's society. As someone who's an artist, I know it's a pretty bad thing, and people wanting protections against it is something I'm completely on board with. I even emailed the company to make sure I was okay to make this video, and they said yes, so I wanted to show my support that way. There's going to be some hashtags on the screen right here that you can spread this message and show your support for SAG-AFTRA and the people who are going on strike. Now, with that said, let's get to the actual video.
Are you what's trapping him in that nightmare? Cause if you are, I'm what nightmares fear! Darkness. It's the smell of darkness.
Riku, Sora's childhood best friend. Riku started his journey as a villain, corrupted by darkness due to the influence of Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. Eventually, he'd walk his own path between the light and darkness.
Do you mean the Twilight Road to Nightfall?
No. It's the road to dawn.
With some more time, Riku would be completely rid of Ansem and gain complete control over darkness, earning the title of Keyblade Master. Oh, and he's completely immune to the effects of darkness. Don't believe me? Just watch.
I don't know how you did it, but you really have found a way to trap darkness inside your heart. And a boy who's immune to darkness is of no use to us.
Well, there's some good news.
Riku is, by far, one of the coolest and best characters Kingdom Hearts has to offer. His character arc has made him one of my favorite characters of all time, and easily one of my most wanted characters for Smash Bros. Like, how cool would it be to have a hero that uses the power of darkness to fight for the light in Smash Bros? That's something we don't have, that'd be sick. And that's exactly what Riku is. And today, we'll go in depth on how he could work in Smash Bros. So with that out of the way, let's ask the question, what if Riku joined Smash Bros?
Riku!
Approaching Riku in Smash Bros was a very fun task, but one that proved itself a challenge. I had quite a lot of ideas on how to handle Riku in Smash Bros, and I couldn't even put them all into one kit. There was just an infinite ideas, but there was one quote that stuck out in my mind.
I know the way. Consume the darkness. Return it to light.
I want Riku to use the power of darkness, not because he's controlled by it, but as a master of it. You might have picked it up from the intro segment, given how I worded it and all, but anyways. Due to this, I decided to base Riku's kit on his appearances in Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts 3. I'll also be using Riku's Reverse/Rebirth campaign from Rechain of Memories for this kit. This is where Riku's redemption began, so it felt right to include at least a little bit of it in the moveset. Don't worry, Kingdom Hearts 2 is going to be in this kit too, but given how he's not a playable character, it was kind of hard to pull from. Now with all that yapping out of the way, let's move on to how he's going to play. First off, Riku's going to keep Sora's 3-hit combo mechanic, as I think it will work well for Riku's kit. Unlike Sora, Riku won't be nearly as aerial based. However, Riku will be a more grounded character and do more damage per attack. Essentially, he's weaker in the air and stronger on the ground. Riku can be a lightweight fighter, though not nearly as light as Sora. He can have 2 jumps and can wall jump as if he's using flow motion like he can in Dream Drop Distance. Now let's move on to some extra stuff. I had a hard time deciding on Riku's stage entrance, and I'm not even confident on what it should be, so I have a couple of ideas. He can either throw off an organization coat like he does in Kingdom Hearts 2, or he can have an animation based on the dive sequences from Dream Drop Distance. Again, this was hard, so I'd say it could be whatever. As for his taunts, Riku's up taunt can be an exaggerated version of his Kingdom Hearts 2/Kingdom Hearts 3 battle stance while he shouts,
I'm what nightmares fear!
A reference to what he says before fighting the anti-black coat nightmare in Dream Drop Distance. His side taunt has Riku aggressively swing his Keyblade to his side while clenching his fist and shouting,
You're gonna lose it all!
Which is one of his battle quotes from Kingdom Hearts 2. And his down taunt has a Komori Bat Dream Eater pop out of nowhere and Riku pets it before it disappears. A nice and easy way to include the Dream Eaters in the kit. Now for Riku's ults, this was such a hard set of decisions that it made me put this kit off till this year. That original version of Riku's kit was way different than the one you're going to see, but that's besides the point. I eventually decided that the first 2 games I mentioned earlier on would be the basis of his costumes. As such, Riku's default appearance will be his Dream Drop Distance attire. This is the outfit Riku wore while in the Dream World. His second alt can be his Kingdom Hearts 3 attire. This is the outfit Yen Sid gave Riku after the events of 0.2. I'm not saying its full name because it's way too long. Now you may have noticed that Riku's Keyblade changes depending on his costume. His Dream Drop Distance outfit and all of its recolors will use his first Keyblade, The Way to the Dawn. His Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit and all of its recolors will use his Braveheart Keyblade that he gets in Kingdom Hearts 3. I think this makes Riku just a little bit more unique in Smash Bros. But now moving on to his recolors, his third alt can be a recolor based on Terra. Terra bequeathed Riku in the hopes Riku would one day be able to wield the Keyblade. Plus, the promise Riku made to Terra made this an obvious pick for an alt reference. But what's a much more obvious reference? Well, his fourth alt can be a recolor based on Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. The two have had a close, albeit bad, connection throughout the series, so it just felt right. His fifth vault can be a teal and blue recolor, which loosely comes from Donald and Goofy, but also fits the vibes of the Dream Eaters. And nothing else, there's no other reference. His sixth vault can be a recolor based on various designs of King Mickey. Mickey has been a close friend of Riku's ever since Chain of Memories, plus it adds some more colors to this selection. His seventh can be a recolor based on his Kingdom Hearts 1 appearance. I didn't want to include the outfit, but the colors worked perfectly for this costume. And as a nice parallel, his 8th vault can be a recolor based on his dark suit seen in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories. And for his victories, his first can have Riku rest his Keyblade on his shoulder while saying,
Is that all you got?
unless he won against Sora, in which he'll say,
Come on, Sora. I thought you were stronger than that.
His second can have Riku clench his fist and then summon his Keyblade. Then the camera turns to Riku's back before he strikes his Keyblade off to the side. And his final has him desummon his Keyblade before crossing his arms, looking just a little bit smug about winning this fight. And with that, let's move on to his actual moveset. Riku's jab comes from his ground combo and Dream Drop Distance, having him perform a diagonal slash which can then be followed up by a thrust and finished with a quick angled spin slash. His forward tilt comes from the ground combo while in dark mode back in Recom, having Riku strike downwards. Then if you follow up, he can do a horizontal slash before ending it with another downward strike, but this one causes a small pillar of darkness to erupt, which will extend the range of the attack drastically. His up tilt will be the same as Sora's, having Riku spin his Keyblade overhead. They both perform this during the final Xemnas Desperation move, so why not use it for Riku too? And his down tilt can have Riku do a spin attack. While serving as an AoE spinning attack, it also has the added effect of moving Riku slightly forward. Riku's dash attack has him perform a sliding kick, but his foot is shrouded in darkness, which is a loose reference to his Darkest Spheres Link style. Now onto his smashes, Riku's side smash will follow suit with Sora's and be an exaggerated version of his combo finisher. His up smash will also be a combo finisher, this time coming from his Kingdom Hearts 3 combo finisher. Riku will perform a slash upwards and overhead with multiple rays of light and darkness. And for his down smash, Riku will jump up and stab his Keyblade into the ground to cause a massive shockwave. This comes from the shock dive flow motion in Dream Drop Distance, Impulse from Recom, and his Day's boss fight version of Helm Split. With all that covered, we can move on to Riku's aerials. Riku's neutral air will be similar to his jab, just airborne. He'll perform a forward slash, which can be followed up by a rotating stab that will push Riku forward, and ends with a quick angled spin slash. This comes from his aerial combos from Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts 3. His forward air will be based on his aerial combo from Dream Drop Distance, having Riku do a slash upwards, which can be followed up with a slash downwards, and ends with another quick angled spin slash. His back air will be the same as the first hit of his forward air, but backwards and doesn't hit as high as the forward air. His up air will be a simple overhead slash, but it will be insanely wide range. Its wide range will make up for its weaker damage output. And Riku's down air will be his Dark Break Slate from Chain of Memories. Riku will charge downwards with his Keyblade to hit opponents. The initial attack won't do too much damage, but if you land on an opponent, Riku will be sent back up in the air, albeit not as high as before. If you choose to, you can follow up with up to 2 more Dark Breaks, each increasing in damage. If you don't hit an opponent though, Riku will just be sent downwards. Riku's grab will have him grab with his left hand and pummel by using the Kingdom Hearts 2 version of Dark Aura. The pummel won't do a lot of damage, but due to its speed, it can be somewhat spammed. Riku's forward throw will have him perform an attack similar to his dash attack, but this will be more accurate to Darkest Fears. His back throw will be a spinning throw, similar to what he does to Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts 2's final fight. Now here's something different. His up throw has Riku shroud his Keyblade with water, jump on it, and ride it to launch opponents upwards. This throw has the added advantage of being able to hit and launch other opponents if they're nearby. This throw is based on Riku's Wave Surfer Link style from Dream Drop Distance. And Riku's down throw is going to be pretty similar to Sora's, just a bit more aggressive. And now it's time for Riku's special attacks. This is where I really want Riku's mastery of the darkness to shine through. That's not all he'll use though, but you'll see what I mean by that as we go. But anyways, let's jump into things here, starting with his neutral special. Riku's neutral special will be an ability he's had ever since Kingdom Hearts 1, that being Dark Firaga. Now there are many different versions of Dark Firaga, but this kit will use a fusion of its Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts 3 versions. For this move, Riku will cast a Dark Fireball from his Keyblade that quickly splits off into 5 shots of Dark Fire. The attack comes out fast, and the shots of fire move at a quick pace, but this move has some end lag, meaning that it can't be spammed. Oh, but there's more. Each bolt of Dark Fire will do a small but solid amount of damage, but no knockback. However, if the bolts of Dark Fire are fired off near an opponent, they will straight up lock onto and home into that opponent. If this happens though, this move will be on a full-fledged cooldown for a couple of seconds, more than just end lag. Overall, Dark Firaga will be a powerful projectile that can be devastating if you're close to it. Now Riku's slide special was hard to decide on honestly, but I ultimately decided to use Barrage, which is one of Riku's dual slates from Chain of Memories. For this attack, Riku will quickly hop into the air and throw his Keyblade all Strike Raid-esque. There's 2 big notes to this move. One, just like Pyra's side special and the down special I gave Shion, Riku will be locked out of all moves that use his Keyblade. However, even more like Shion, Riku will still be able to use his neutral special, albeit a much weaker version, as it will be a simple low damage dealing projectile. The other note is that Riku's Keyblade doesn't return to him until the end of the attack. There's no cancel option, you are committed to the move. So with that said, this move should only be used when you know the time is right or you have a good plan, or you're at an insanely high advantage point and you can just kind of throw it out without really any consequences. Oh, and one more thing, this move will do a whole lot of damage, so if you're hit by it, it's gonna hurt. Overall, Barrage is a situational but powerful attack that can leave Riku vulnerable if not used properly. Riku's up special is gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be the Shadow Breaker command from Dream Drop Distance. For this move, Riku will vertically spin towards one direction using the power of darkness. This can be followed up by another vertical spin using the power of light. Both spins can be angled in any direction, but will go up by default. The damage output isn't that high, not bad but not amazing, but the big upside is the recovery power. This move will move Riku very far, very quickly. It's not as powerful as Sora's Sonic Blade, but it is very close to it. Once the full attack is done, Riku will be put into freefall whether both parts of the attack are used or not. Basically, if you only used one part of the attack, you're still going to go into freefall, but if you use both parts, you're still going to go into freefall. Overall, Shadow Breaker will be a very useful recovery option and a pretty good attack. And for Riku's down special, he'll use his unique block command from Dream Drop Distance, Dark Barrier. Riku will summon a Dark Barrier that completely surrounds him. This move behaves similarly to Fox's Reflector, reflecting any projectile with a damage multiplier, though can stun Riku if too many projectiles are reflected. However, there is one big difference with this move. If Riku were to be hit by a melee attack, he'll use a counter attack, specifically his Counter Aura ability from Dream Drop Distance. He'll counter by summoning a Ring of Darkness that surrounds him. This counterattack is weak, but can catch opponents off guard and set Riku up for a follow-up attack. Overall, Dark Barrier is a great defensive option for Riku that can also allow him to gain the upper hand. All in all, Riku's specials show his mastery over the darkness while still showing his powers in the light. However, we need to move on and finish off this kit with you-know-what, the Final Smash. Riku's Final Smash was definitely a challenge. I mean, he's got a whole list of abilities that could work. Like he could use Dark Aura, his Session Limit, Mirage Split, or his Dark Divide Shot Lock, just to name a few. I had a hard time deciding on which one to choose, so I opted to go the middle path. One might even call it the Road to Dawn. You see what I did there? It's funny. Y'all are probably wondering what this means, so let me explain. Instead of choosing between one of the moves, I decided to combine a bunch of them together into one move, which sounds absolutely insane, but I think I got it to work. So to get started, Riku's Final Smash will be a non-cinematic Final Smash that starts with Riku raising his Keyblade into the air before dashing forward to catch opponents. The caught opponents will be brought up to the top of the stage like clouds. Then, dark magic orbs will surround the opponents. Riku will dash through all these dark orbs, all Dark Aura-esque. When Riku hits one of the magic orbs, they will break off and do a Dark Divide-esque attack, and then resummon so he can go through them again. Then, Riku ends the attack by using the combined Keyblade to slam the opponents back onto the stage. And you might even get to see a loose image of Sora in this. This will be a devastating Final Smash, and if an opponent is at 120% by the end of the attack, they will be automatically KO'd. Overall, Riku's Final Smash will show just how powerful the Keyblade Master of Darkness truly is. And that does it for What If Riku Joined Smash Bros. So glad I can finally say that part. For some context sake for y'all, some behind the scenes action, I have been working on this kit since May of last year. I came up with the idea around the time I did Rewrite Link, and had the full kit pretty much ready to go. I had to draw the alts, and that was pretty much it, and I could go into filming it and stuff, and I just hated it. I seriously hated it. The alts were bad. I could go whip them out. I'm not going to. The moveset sucked too. If I remember right, one of my ideas was to have a Meteor Storm as his down smash. Anyways, it was stuff that I was like, I don't like this, so I pushed it off. I started thinking about it again when I was working on Roxas version 2, but I didn't was like, I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm just thinking. Become Edward Elric and then Shion, I was like, okay, we're gonna actually do Riku. And that took 3 months pretty much to do. If we're including May, that's me working on it, and then June of me trying to make it, and then July, also me trying to make it. It's been a long time coming, and I'm ready to be done with Riku. As much as I love him in this kit, I need to move on. And like I said, I do love this kit, and it's easily one of my favorites I've made, and Riku is seriously one of my most wanted characters for Smash Bros. Now. With everything I talked about in this video, it's so, yeah. I love Riku, and I want him in Smash. But I'm ready to move on from that concept for the time being. The best part about it is, this is not even the only way you could do Riku in Smash. There's a whole other YouTuber, I'm gonna put him here, that did a Riku Smash Bros kit, and it's very fun, it's very unique, it's based on Rechain of Memories, and stuff. I recommend you go watch that kit. It's really good. So yeah, I think there are infinite amount of ways. I'll link it in the description. I think there are infinite amount of ways to do a Riku Smash Bros kit. Just please don't do a Dark Riku Smash kit, because quite frankly, I don't want to hear I'm unstoppable or one more 1,000 times in Smash Bros. I already had to deal with that enough.
Darkness!
But anyways, now that that's over, we move on to the actual outro stuff. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. The likes, the comments, the subscribes, the all of that. Hopefully when this video goes up, or a couple days down the road, I will remember to link a playlist in the description alongside of the original video. So that playlist is... I'm blanking. Playlist Smash Bros. It is a playlist full of every single video about the Smash Bros. Theory Kit series I've made up to this point, from Larry Boy all the way down to Riku, including both extra alts videos and the Ganondorf aerials, because I forgot to put those in the original video. I also did the same for Shrek. I need to actually make the aerials video, because whoopsies. But yeah, so playlist in description, go watch and like this video if you enjoyed it, obviously. But anyways, with all that said, I got stuff I gotta go do. I gotta finish editing this video, and I got more projects to work on. So with that said, thank y'all for watching, and until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Bye-bye! Yes, I'm done!